India is one of the fastest growing global economies. As the economy expands, the income levels of the citizens increase. Of this, the excess of income over necessity expenditure results in an increase in disposable income, leading to rise in consumer spending. The sustained growth in disposable income has led to increased spending on entertainment and leisure activities. Thus, according to the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, the entertainment and media industry grows at a quicker pace than the economy when the latter is expanding. Hence, the Indian entertainment sector is rightly growing at an escalating speed today, with ease norms for FDI investments, modernized consumers that are changing their spending habits, and the increased technological resources. As the industry braces for exciting times ahead, the sector has been predicted to grow at a compounded annual growth rate of 14% and touch 28.1 billion US dollars by 2015, a figure double of that in 2010. Of the entire segment, the live entertainment segment is growing steadily and also includes the growing number of corporate, television, and sports events. Kingdom of Dreams has smartly tapped into the customer's lifestyle and has become an iconic entertainment destination. It portrays a unique model where a series of value chain partners come together at one point, offering a new range of entertainment services. It also overcomes the shortfalls of its industry by its world class infrastructure and better management than its rivals. Kingdom of Dreams is India's first live entertainment extravaganza of its kind. Its magnificent infrastructure is spread over 6 acres of land and was built for over 300 crores. It brings to life India's culture, food, heritage, craft, and performing art all under one roof. Initially, the concept was not well known and extensive advertising had to be undertaken. The result, with still under 2 years from its inception, Kingdom of Dreams has been able to create a niche for itself and has set high standards in the entertainment market. It is ideally located at the apex of the Golden Triangle of Jaipur, Agra, and Delhi. It is owned by the Great Indian Nautanki Company, which is a joint venture between Wizcraft International Entertainment and Apra Group of Companies, which is a real estate company. Both have representative managing directors along with two independent directors with expertise in the creative and financial fields. Shah Rukh Khan, the world renowned Indian actor, has been appointed as its brand ambassador.
Welcome to the Culture Gully.
With King Khan's charisma, Kingdom of Dreams has made its presence felt in the international circuit.
One part is that every big brand is trying to be a part of KOD now, but we are not outsourcing anything inside KOD. Maybe it be McDonald's or maybe Coco Berry or maybe any big brand. They do want to get into KOD and sell their products because we have a good footfall.
International brands have been wooing Kingdom of Dreams for partnerships, but the entertainment giant shuns away from any such acts that may dilute its pure Indian experience. Different shows and programs take place at Kingdom of Dreams. The Nautanki Mahal is a well designed auditorium with an 848-seat theatre for the plays. It is a place to enjoy exuberant theatrical events performed by both national and international talent. This show is an entertainment pack and takes you in a different world of Bollywood music with its famous jhatkas and matkas. The next in line is the Shosha Theatre. It showcases great Indian epic stories like Ram Leela and Krishna Leela performed wearing heavy makeup and costumes. This stage brings to life the Indian mythology beautifully. Another marvelous attraction is the Big Fat Indian Wedding. Here, you have the opportunity to dress up as a wedding couple or attend it as a guest. The wedding ceremony is performed in the Indian tradition with complete costumes, jewelry, dances, and music. Then comes the Aifa Buzz Cafe, which has been designed in a Bollywood style to experience actual Bollywood awards in an ambience of thematic decor, props, music, and lighting. Lastly, there is the most famous Culture Gully. The Culture Gully is an indoor Indian street spread over 100,000 square feet with an artificial sky effect. It offers a variety of Indian food from different states of the country. Beyond food, one can also shop, indulge in village arts and craft, authentic jewelry, and Indian folk dances. They also have special events organized for different occasions in the year like New Year's, Lohri, Diwali, and many more. Now let us try to find out the market structure that Kingdom of Dreams operates in. The markets vary from perfect competition to pure monopoly. The uniqueness of this concept faces low local competition. The closest rival in similarity is Dilli Haat, which is a craft bazaar. It has a permanent open air food plaza which includes stalls that represent each state of India. Though there is competition with the culture gully of Kingdom of Dreams, the level of competition is very low due to the noticeable difference in the quality standards. People of the Delhi NCR region also spend their time for entertainment and leisure by watching movies, visiting malls, watching musical and cultural shows, going for live theatre performances, dance clubs, restaurants, museums, stadiums, amusement parks, and many more. However, none of these can compete with Kingdom of Dreams on its unique representation of the Indian culture and its sophisticated international level of standards. Hence, Kingdom of Dreams falls very close to being a monopoly. Nationally, there are other tourist destinations in Agra, Khajuraho, Udaipur, Hyderabad, etc., where both private and government organizations run large sophisticated entertainment shows. Besides these, there are also amusement parks, museums, and live performances throughout the country. Hence, it is an oligopoly in the national market. Internationally, every country hosts its festivals and cultural events, which makes Kingdom of Dreams a part of the monopolistic market structure. This year may have started with some bad publicity for Kingdom of Dreams. The Hindustan Times reported the mega entertainment hub having defaulted on rent payments to the tune of 7.5 crore to Huda, the state's urban development authority. However, the managing director Mr. Anumod Sharma says the weight of these blames is exaggerated and is confident of his future plans.
Yeah, we have been, communicating with GMR, in Bombay. So we might get something in Bombay as well. We are planning. We have planned it just to initiate that part is pending.
Owing to its popularity in the Delhi NCR region, Kingdom of Dreams has finalized talks with the global infrastructure major GMR for expanding its operations in Mumbai.
All equipment, all technical equipment we get from the hub.
Internationally, the Feng, the Chinese company that supplies equipment to Kingdom of Dreams, is eager to get into a joint venture with the Great Indian Nautanki Company for setting up multiple entertainment destinations as replications of Kingdom of Dreams across China. Talks have been going on with the Tourism Board of Singapore, while the company has also received offers from a private company in the United Kingdom. When pricing a product, an organization can offer a price per unit. However, a low price aimed at attracting higher demand leaves the consumer with a lot of surplus. Kingdom of Dreams uses two-part pricing as its pricing strategy, where a firm tries to extract this surplus by charging an initial fixed fee for a product or service package and a per unit price for successive units. An outright fee of Rs 750 is charged in order to enter the culture gully, which includes a non refundable amount of Rs 100 and a refundable amount of Rs 50, leaving the customer with Rs 600 to spend in the culture gully on food and merchandise. This clearly shows a method of two-part pricing, where customers are charged a fixed fee of Rs 100 plus a per unit charge for extra consumption. In this way, they extract all consumer surplus from consumers. They sell each unit at a marginal cost of Rs 600 and thus make no profit on each unit sold at this price. However, they receive a fixed fee of Rs 100, which is pure profit. The ticketing for the Zangura show utilizes price discrimination, where different prices are charged to different sets of consumers for the similar good or service to extract consumer surplus. Patrons of the Zangura show choose from a wide range of ticket prices based on their price elasticities and luxury preferences for the same. At higher prices, the demand curve is steeper, that is, the demand is more inelastic at higher expenditure levels compared to the flatter curves indicating more price elasticity on the lower range. On weekdays, the prices range from Rs 750 to Rs 4500, and on weekends, the prices increase from Rs 1000 to Rs 6000 per person. This shows a peak load pricing strategy where higher prices are charged on weekends than on weekdays. Peak load pricing is generally undertaken to charge higher prices at higher demand levels as the limited resources cannot be stretched to satisfy the extremely high demand. We will now use the criticality discontentment matrix to find the underlying opportunities for Kingdom of Dreams. The matrix has been developed by Professor K. Ramachandran of the Indian School of Business, Hyderabad. The matrix puts discontentment as the y-axis, indicating the extent of customer discontentment with the features in the product or service, and the x-axis shows the level of criticality of specific product features for customers. Placing a product or company on this matrix is an entrepreneur's way to identify what opportunities the product may have in a given market scenario. The live entertainment segment that Kingdom of Dreams caters to is not so critical to customers as it is yet to become an integral part of their lifestyles. The people are, however, discontented with the current offerings. Hence, Kingdom of Dreams lies in a sector with opportunities for tomorrow, and even though it may have a comparatively lower pull today, it can reap immense benefits in the future. Let us now examine Porter's three generic competitive strategies. Michael Porter said that successful firms normally compete on either low cost or differentiate their products as the two are strategically exclusive to the other to target the broader market. It may also follow a focused approach to either of the elements in a niche market. The industry's specific nature and offering determines the range of effective strategies. Price is not a key factor in a customer's decision for his entertainment destination. The product offering is. Kingdom of Dreams has a first mover's advantage and has set itself on a niche market with product differentiation. The Kingdom of Dreams has spread its wings internationally with its promotions at the IFA Awards ceremony in 2011. Its extensive advertisements in 13 airports across the nation have attracted many tourists. The Zangura show is planning to set its foot on stages abroad as well. It is now also showcased in different languages like English, French, Spanish, Japanese, and Russian. Another show named Jhumro is on its way to be launched by Kingdom of Dreams, having a partnership with the Ashley Lobo Dance Company. While Kingdom of Dreams had encountered problems initially as it was a new concept in the industry, it also benefited by having the first mover's advantage. It maintains its exclusiveness by charging a high price for its premium quality standards without any compromise. They also strictly preserve their pure Indian image and shun away from tie ups with foreign brands. Kingdom of Dreams is undoubtedly flourishing in the market, but whether it is due to the exclusivity, the cultural charm, the glamour, or the pure entertainment is yet to be understood. As rightly said by the tarot card reader at Kingdom of Dreams, people come here repeatedly because unknowingly they find mental peace in this environment. In fact, this accounts for human behavior which economics is ideally based upon. Kingdom of Dreams has risen like a shining star and has an immense opportunity for tomorrow. We hope you enjoyed our presentation. Thank you.